Have you ever wondered if tragedy could echo beyond life itself? In the dense mists of history, on December 29, 1972, Eastern Airlines Flight 401 crashed into the Florida Everglades, forever marking aviation history with heartbreak. 101 souls were lost among 176 aboard, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Yet from this devastating event, an even more mysterious tale would emerge. A tale where reality collides with the paranormal. In the aftermath of the crash, unsettling phenomena began to surface. Flight crews reported inexplicable occurrences as ghostly apparitions made their presence known. Experienced pilots and trusted crew members testified to eerie encounters. Spectral figures, notably those resembling departed crew like Don Repo and Captain Bob Loft, were seen aboard other aircraft that had incorporated parts salvaged from Flight 401's wreckage. Witnesses described seeing a familiar face in unexpected places. A flight attendant recalled a spectral warning in an oven door, cautioning, almost cryptically, to watch out for fire on this airplane. Moments later, engine trouble and a sudden spark of chaos would betray the uncanny prediction. These unnerving experiences provoked a mix of terror and disbelief. A pilot, preparing for routine pre-flight checks, was startled by a persistent knocking below the cockpit. Investigating the sound led him to confront a ghostly figure of Don Repo, a presence that vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared. Such accounts, repeated by multiple crew members, raised profound questions. Were these apparitions true manifestations of lingering spirits, or were they collective hallucinations wrought by grief and stress? The very line between mental strain and supernatural intrusion blurred. The airline's response to these reports was measured, yet reserved. While officials maintained a cautious distance from overt paranormal acknowledgement, there was an undercurrent of unease within their ranks. They grappled with reconciling the tragic history of Flight 401 with these reports of untimely visitors. Could it be that the physical remnants of the crashed airplane carried more than just metal and wires? The psychological impact of the crash itself may have seeded a fertile ground for paranormal interpretations. However, as the adage from the Flight Safety Foundation states, the testimonies rendered by experienced and trustworthy crew members demand attention. Their accounts were not the musings of fanciful imaginations, but rather striking narratives that compelled deeper inquiry. As theories proliferated, each new encounter added layers to an ever-deepening mystery. Some experts argued that the haunting was a form of mass psychological phenomenon, a shared grief manifesting as ghosts on a wing and tail. Others suggested that perhaps the souls of the departed, in a final echo, had chosen to remain tethered to the very machines that had become their graves. Reports varied. One flight engineer recounted a moment when an apparition took his seat, declaring, "You don't need to worry about the pre-flight. I've already done it," before fading into the ether. In another disquieting instance, a vice president of Eastern Airlines encountered a familiar face in the first-class cabin, only to watch it vanish in an instant, leaving him with more questions than answers. These unnerving encounters, juxtaposed against the stark reality of tragedy, invite us to ponder the nature of our existence. Do the shadows of loss cling to the physical world, whispering warnings or offering solace in their presence? As you listen to these accounts today, let the weight of history and the spectral echoes of Flight 401 stir your imagination. What remains clear is that the story of Flight 401 transcends the boundaries of conventional history. It is a narrative woven with both sorrow and mystery. The paranormal occurrences invite us to question the permanence of our final moments and the enduring marks they leave behind. In the end, we are left to wonder, can the departed indeed linger in the machinery of life? Share your thoughts. Do you believe spirits dwell in machines?